Today, I'm going to show you why AI coding tutorials are dead and what actually works. Let's get started. We're going to use a combination of Cursor, Perplexity, and Claude Code. And we're just going to vibe. Now, first things first, we want to build something very simple. Let's do some market research and figure out what we want to build. Now, maybe you already know what to build. You can skip this step and move on to Cursor and Claude Code, part of this demonstration. I want to create a timer app. I know this market is saturated. Find me an underserved niche that I could build to stand out in a crowded marketplace. Now, the reason I want to use this example is I'm personally looking to build my own timer app for my own use case, but I want to see what Perplexity's research gives us here. Interesting. A neurodivergent user base. Very interesting. Are designed for users who structure time linearly and respond well to standard reminders. Often require non-linear approaches. Interesting. Neurotime, working title, empowering flexible timekeeping for neurodivergent users. This is very interesting. I personally haven't heard of this yet. A specific timer app for those who don't work the same way as everybody else, because we're all unique individuals. So, I mean, we're going to roll with it for the sake of today's demonstration. And the reason I'm making this video is reading an article or watching a tutorial on step-by-step how to build something. Yes, that brings you some value, but the real value lies in experimentation and doing it yourself. That's the whole purpose of this video, is to come up with an idea, find an underserved niche for that idea, even though it's an oversaturated market. There's tons of timer apps out there. And then coming up with a prototype from this process. I mean, it's never been easier to build. All you got to do is try. All you got to do is prompt, and you can do it. So I hope this video has already started to inspire you to just type in ideas and start asking questions. Start the back and forth process. So I'm going to copy this. And because we're pasting this into Claude, improve on this PRD got from Perplexity before I have Claude Code build a prototype. Okay, it lets us know this is a solid foundation with clear user empathy and thoughtful feature prioritization. Here's an improved version that addresses some gaps and strengths, strengthens the technical and business aspects. Love it. And I generally always love coming to Claude for the PRD before. I don't always do it. Sometimes my account will reach its max usage and I want to go build something using another CLI or Google AI Studio. And I can't prompt Claude within that 5-hour block. I'll go and use another LLM to create that PRD for me. But generally speaking, if I'm working within Claude Code and I want to give it a PRD to build something for me as a reference point, I always ask Claude before I go in and execute that. It just lets us know what improvements were made. I'm loving it. Okay. So now we're going to go open up a fresh Cursor window here. We're going to open project. And I'm just going to go into my demos folder. You can place this anywhere you'd like. And we're going to call this neurotime. If I could spell. And we're just going to open that empty folder. And let's make this full screen. Turn off that agent mode. Pull down our terminal. Type in Claude. Get Claude Code started here. Okay, great. All right. You are a software engineer with decades of experience building and launching web apps, and mobile apps. Let's create a prototype. For NeuroTime based on the following PRD. And I'm just going to paste all that text in there. And we're going to start. Now, we don't know where this is going to go. We don't know if this is something I'm going to spend my time on moving forward. But the whole idea is to come up with an idea, find that underserved niche, and build it and see what happens. I can't tell you how many applications I've built just out of curiosity to see if I could build something I have an idea for. And I get to a certain point in the process where, yeah, this was a fun experiment, this is a fun project, but you ultimately just ditch that code and take that experience you have from the process of building and doing and trying to the next project that you work on, and the next, and the next, and the next, and so forth. So the whole purpose of doing this and getting repetitive and doing this is don't get married to that one idea. Get married to the process and learn. Because this process will teach you more than any tutorial could ever teach you. Experience. Learn by doing. Learn by failing. Learn by building. So, let's see here. Now, it usually creates a to-do list for us. But in this, I'm going to hit Shift-Tab so it executes on its own. And I'm just going to rant here as well is, the beauties of Claude Code and agentic coding in general is it does all of the heavy lifting for you, but then if you don't know how to do something, you can ask it to explain to you in plain English how to deploy, for example. You can explain how does this code base work, right? Teach me, turn this into a tutorial and teach me how this code base was built and how it works. Not many people use Claude Code for this purpose, but you can, in theory, do that. The only limits you have are your imagination and your curiosity. Those are the only two limitations here, imagination and curiosity. As long as you have those two, you can learn a lot. I was just curious to see what apps exist. This is one that came up very first kind of search result here. Now this is an actual physical timer though. We're thinking more web app based digital timer. So we can see that this is for schools, physical products, special needs, app downloads. Okay, they do have some app downloads. Oh, nice. Nice. Good stuff. We're going to see what ours builds. There we go. Interesting. There's a lot of interesting features here. Visual only. And it changed it to a timeline. Interesting. With two separate segments. No, that doesn't really... I mean, look at how quickly we came up with something here. And it looks like we get little badges as well. Shows you, okay. I would definitely improve on this quite a bit. Just feels too much. But this is the whole purpose of this video. It's to come up with an idea, get unique with that idea, and then build something, right? I don't think, I'm not gonna do too much with this, but I wanted to just ship something really, really quickly, locally, just to show you how quick and easy it is. Whereas if we were to go watch a video on how to build this from scratch, we would still be watching the video and we wouldn't have the experience of testing and building and seeing the outcome, right? Testing using Claude Code to build it. And yeah, I hope you found some value in today's video. Let me know, does this motivate you to build something? Drop a comment below, let me know what you're building. I'd love to help. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Now, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me make a particular video around a specific topic, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Marcelo. This is Clearmud, and clarity matters.